So I think the very first thing you need to do is you need to make your base. You want to take part of your clay and make it into a base for your what you're going to put other stuff on. It's kind of like making a background. Okay, so there I made a base. And I'm going to put my base just off by the side for a minute because I don't need it just yet. And then I really want to cut out some other shapes. I'm not going to throw this clay away because I'm going to find some uses for it later on. I'm going to take one big one. And they're a little tricky getting out. And if your partner is using the big one, you should use the little one. And actually, I don't want to make a flower that has petals that are that thick. I'm going to have to pinch that out a bit. And then the other one that I want to use is the little one. And I'm just going to peel it out from around there. So now, but before I put anything, stick anything onto this, I want to make it rough. This is called scoring. Should say that word, score. You can see that I'm roughing the surface up, and I'm going to rough up where I'm going to put my flower here too. And before I put it down though, I'm going to go ahead and pinch these petals out because flower petals are thin and I don't want them to be too thin because they won't be sturdy, but I don't want them to be that thick. See, I'm making them thin. I'm letting it stay thick in the middle. I don't think that's a problem being thick there. And since flowers aren't flat, I'm going to make it stick up a little bit. Now I've got my rough surfaces on both places, and I'm ready to use a little bit of this liquid clay over here called Slip. I'm going to put a little liquid clay in both places, and then I want to press it pretty hard. Not so hard that I poke a hole in it, but hard enough that I'm sure that it's stuck on there, because that's what usually happens is things come unstuck. Now I'm going to make a second set of leaves or petals for the inside that are smaller, and I'm pinching it out. This time I'm going to give it those petals kind of a pointy shape. I just think that'll look more interesting. You can think about how you want your petals to look and how you think flowers should look. And then I'm going to rough up the surface here. That score. You got to do this or things do not stay together. You can kind of think of it as glue for clay, but it's really just liquid clay that helps the clay stay together. And then I'm going to push that and rub it so that it stays down in there. And I'm also going to go ahead and maybe give that a different kind of a shape. There. Now, I don't know. I think that it's okay. It's a good beginning. But maybe I need to make an ant or a leaf. And for that, I've got all this extra clay. And again, if I want to stick something on, I need to put some slip on it, score it up, score the underneath, and then rub it a bit so that it stays in together. Maybe I want to add a stem or some more, or maybe my flower needs a pistil or a stamen. Think about what your flower might need. Ask yourself what else you might want to put in your, sort of like making a picture. It's called a relief. And then at the end, I will come by and help you cut some holes so that we can hang this later on the wall like this. Okay, so now it would be your turn.